Hmm. So, hello everybody. Good morning or good afternoon, whatever time you're gonna watch this. Oh my goodness. Yeah, whatever time you're gonna watch this. So today we are talking about Jackson Mahomes. He is the little brother of Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is the MVP. He's the quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. And his little brother seemed to always be in some type of foolishness, mess, some type of trouble. I mean, this kid stays in trouble. So we're gonna discuss that. So he got arrested this morning. He ready bond. They gave him $100,000 bond. This is nothing, right? $100,000 bond, but he bonded out already. So let's get into. I'm gonna pull up this Yahoo Sports article and let's see what it says. Well, U.S. Today article. Yahoo Sports shared U.S. Today's article. So it says Jackson Mahomes, brother of Chief quarterback, arrested on suspicion of aggravated sexual battery. Jackson Mahomes, the brother of Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes and a social media influencer, was arrested Wednesday in Kansas and charged with battery and 3 counts of aggravated, sexual battery. The Johnson County Sheriff's Office booked Jackson Mahomes in jail at 7:42 a.m. with $100,000 bond, according to inmate records. So they got him, John. In March, police confirmed Mahomes, who's 22, was the subject of an investigation for two separate incidents that occurred on February 25th at Aspen's Restaurant and Lounge in Overland Park, a suburb of Kansas City. Mahomes allegedly forcibly kissed the 40-year-old owner and shoved a 19-year-old waiter more than once. The owner and waiter told the Kansas City Star. So he out here wilding. And that's not the first time he's done this. I mean, like wilding out in a sense. Mahomes is scheduled to appear in court Friday. Brandon Davis, an attorney for Holmes, said the court has prohibited Mahomes and his lawyers from commenting. Davis appeared in court remotely Wednesday. Mahomes has 1.1 million followers on TikTok and has been a constant presence around his two-time Super Bowl champion brother. So Jackson, a lot of people don't even like Jackson Mahomes because they be doing too much during football season. Whenever they win something or whatever, not only him, it's the wife too, the wife of Patrick Mahomes. Nobody likes them. If you look up their names, there's like a bunch of memes. So they be doing too much, a lot. So let's be real. The 1.1 million followers that he has amassed, most of them are from the foolery that he be doing. All he be doing is dancing, basically. But it stems from from the clout that his brother has worked for, in a sense. Because Jackson really don't have, besides the TikTok, he really doesn't have anything going for himself. He's not really discovered like his purpose, what he's here for, what he's good at. He's not really. That's probably why he's always in. That's a theory. Probably why he's always in this and doing all these antics, trying to get attention. So when this came out, as I tell you, people don't like the the wife. All of a sudden, Brittany, who's the wife, she wants. So let's answer some questions. Now she want to answer the ask people. She probably does that all the time, but this probably was not the time. So a fan asked her, "How do you feel about the comments about your brother-in-law?" Because it says BIL. Then she responds and says, "They are ignorant. He is a human, just trying to live his life and find his way. And until you walk a day in his shoes, which no one ever will, you have no right to say S about him. So it's best to shut up." And she gave the thumb. Mind you, Patrick hasn't said anything. But here goes his wife running to get Instagram so she could ask questions. And then somebody asked her the question, and then she responded. And then this fan, um, this fan proceeded to post this response on their blog. Your husband ain't said nothing, but you here you go running to go respond. Make it make sense. I thought you supposed to follow the lead of your husband. How you in the front? That is clearly out of order. Because the person who should, has the right to say something, he probably not going to say anything because he doesn't owe anybody an explanation, and that's his brother who's making these type of decisions. So anyway, but what's so funny about that's not funny. I don't know if that's funny, but when he was bonding out, when he's bonding out, he had this guy, I guess a security, making away from all the reporters that were waiting on him, because this boy has been in a lot of foolishness. And then somebody, I don't know if that's somebody who was just standing like a fan or whatever. No, he's probably not a fan, but like a heckler. Let's say a heckler. I don't know if that's a heckler or that was like a reporter. The reporter was like, "Hey, if you're a real black man, they would have been arrested you." Oh, Jesus. I was like, oh my goodness. These people be wilding out. But that's what he does. That's so the energy that you put out there, that's what you always gonna get back. So the reporter's like, if you're a real black man, because he's like biracial, which is like a debate whether the person is white or black, whatever. But anyway, the man was like, "Yeah, if you're a real black man, they would have been arrested you." But he didn't say anything. He just was walking. People were trying to say, "What do you have to say to your victims?" He just was looking straight so he could get in the car so he could leave. And this young man has been in so much foolishness, so much foolishness. Him and an entourage of people showed up at a bar, a lounge, or something like that, and it was so much of them. It was so much of them. The place could not hold all of them, and then they wanted them to accommodate them. The entitlement of that he has is ridiculous. And in an alleged other incident, small business supposedly gave him products so he could promote them. Give him products. I don't know if they paid him, made some payments, but I know they gave him some products so that he could promote it on his, TikTok, because he has 1.1 million followers. And then TikTok seems like if you have a business, somebody promotes your business on TikTok, if it goes viral, that tends to do well for the person who has the business, so it goes well. So they probably saw him, he's from Kansas and whatever. Let's reach out to him so he can help our business. Let's send him some products so he can promote it on his page. Let me tell you something, boy didn't even do nothing. He took the people's stuff and did not honor it at all. He has a lot of trifling ways. A lot. He's always in some type of mess somehow. So when this thing happened, what he's allegedly arrested for, it happened back in February. This is like an older one. He's like 22. This is like this lady in her 40s. This lady is in her 40s. So this lady is in her 40s, and then he just came out of nowhere. He was telling us, say, oh, we could be a power couple and stuff like that, making moves. I guess that's how he, shows his interest. Ridiculous. Hold on. Okay. So that's how he shows his interest in people being so rough. He went up to the lady, oh, we could be a power couple. And then he fought, like he held her and then just kissed her like that. First he tried to kiss her and then she probably say no, and then he tried to do it again. The boy got if some people would what some people it seems to be. Oh no, I was that get him. I know, right? But she probably was, because he was way taller. He's a very tall young man. So she probably was scared in the sense that, that he might have wait for her after she closes up and then, attack her or whatever. So she's trying to play it cool because it may seem, if you look at the video, it may seem like, oh, she looked like she wanted it. But she was, she didn't know what to do in that situation. She didn't know what to do in that situation. So that's probably why she think. But then she, of course, pursued charges against this thing. I'm sure the prosecutors or whatever attorney, just district attorney, asked her, if you want to pursue charges. In some cases, it doesn't matter if the victim wants or don't want to pursue charges. They still gonna pursue charges against them. But maybe in this one, they probably asked her, if you do you want to pursue charges, and she probably went through it. And then he pushing a 19-year-old. I don't know if the 19-year-old came to defend the lady because the lady was the owner of the lodge, or on his way out he pushed the waiter. I'm not sure exactly how that happened, but he right there trying to forcibly kiss people and then shoving people. It doesn't make any sense. And his antics on social media is ridiculous. But then how he comes across, because Patrick Mahomes he's doing very well, very 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 good quarterback. Um, has been excelling for all his life, and with certain kids growing up, it may be their family, may not be, but sometimes they tend to certain families tend to focus on that one child that looks like they're gifted, they're talented, they're going someplace. So they tend to give them more attention. They tend to give them more attention. And then that if the attention is not equally distributed, the child who does not get the attention tend to always, be that troublemaker because nobody's actually paying attention to them. Okay. Nobody's actually paying attention to them. So they kind of figure out if I do this, I get attention. So those kids tend to always do bad stuff. You know what I'm talking about. They tend to do bad stuff. That's how they get attention from their parents or their caregiver or guardian or even teachers. So you never give me attention. You never check for me. You act like I don't exist. But when I do bad stuff, that's when I get attention. And then some people, that's how they live their life. They always in some type of mess. They always in some type of foolery. They always in some type of trouble because that's the only way they get attention. They have not discovered um, their purpose, their talent, their gifts, besides being in trouble. So being in trouble, that's the only way for them to get attention. They don't know what they're here for. They don't know what they're good at. They don't know what their gifts are, or they don't know how to perfect their gifts. So they just troll every day. They are always in trouble, always in some type of mess, because that's the only way they could get attention. That's how he comes off to me as. That's how he comes off. Patrick Mahomes is the quote unquote quote good child. He was always a good child, probably never gave any problems. Even if he did, it wasn't as bad as compared to him. So for him to always um, be in the spotlight. So okay, so Patrick Mahomes has the spotlight because he's very good at football. This one, he's still lost. He's still lost. He's still confused. He's trying to get his way in life, but the way he's going about it is not good. It's not good at all. I mean, he's entitled. He thinks he could do whatever he wants without any consequences, and that's a lie. Maybe, of course, his consequences is not going to be the same as somebody else that look like me, but you know, there will be consequences. So I don't know if there was like media push or the community or this lady really say you guys need to get this because he needs help. He needs help. It looks like when he probably used to get in trouble, he probably used to get slapped on the wrist, stuff used to. That's why you see his antics keep on evolving, getting more outrageous and stuff like that, because he's not really suffering the consequences. So now he thinks he's above the law. He thinks he's above the law. So I don't know. We'll have to see where this case goes. If he probably gonna maybe get probation, because because people could say, oh, he only kissed her or whatever, but then that's what he did now. What will he do in the future if he gets another slap on the wrist? If he gets another slap on the wrist, what will he do in the future? Because you can see he's very, very much entitled, and an entitled person that don't know what they doing in life. He don't know what he's doing in life. He don't know what's going on. When you look him up, he's a social media influencer. I mean, I'm sure his parents are successful. His brother has a level of fame, not even using that fame to his advantage or whatever, but he's using it in the wrong way. And of course, all this will always come back to Patrick Mahomes, because now if you Google Patrick Mahomes, this incident comes up, because it overshadows, his every time this young man getting something, it overshadows all the accomplishments that his bigger brother has accomplished. And I don't think they have any issues because, well, for now, probably. Because he has this, Patrick Mahomes has a son, and he was like, he always wanted, from the age of 5 years old, he knew when he has a son, he would name him right after the same name I said, but the third, because he's junior, and so his son would be the third. No, he's the second, because his son is the third. So he always knew that's what he wanted to name his child. So when he had his son, he named the son Patrick Lavon Mahomes. But the child's name is Patrick Bronze Lavon Mahomes the third. I was the third. Is one of those numbers. But he's like, the bronze came from his brother Jackson Mahomes. Jackson wanted to name, to give his nephew the name, and then they actually added it. When the baby was born, he had a chain, this diamond chain. It had bronze on it. So they don't seem to have any issue, because if he really felt some type of way about him, but then again, the wife might have just said, yeah, let's do it, because let's do it. What's confusing? What is confusing? Let me know what is confusing. Oh, the naming. Some people have all those names. Some people, like, that's not uncommon for them to have the first name, a middle name, and I think the other name they call it something else. But I think Bronze is like a nickname for him. So his name is Patrick Bronze Lavon Mahomes. That's what the baby name is. So like I say, I don't think they have any issue, because even if the wife was like, yeah, let's name him, and Jackson wanted to name him that and stuff like that, he still, if he didn't want to go with it, he probably would say, no, I don't want my child named Bronze, but he still went with it. So it looked like they're always, they don't have an issue for now. But if he keep on getting in all type of foolishness, this will probably cause a rift in their relationship. This will probably cause a rift. because the brother's doing too much. He needs a lot of help. He needs guidance. You know, he it's like he needs somebody to focus on him, to help him, to help to guide him through this world, so he can figure out what he is here for, because he don't know what he's here for. Because the TikTok obviously did not give him purpose. Yes, he has 1.1 million followers on TikTok, but if that was his purpose, he would have been busy in his purpose, not busy getting in trouble, not busy supposedly taking people products and not promoting. Say you're going to promote it and then don't promote it. You know, some people, you know, when you're an influencer, your businesses that reach out to you to help them grow their business, because you have a level, you have acquired a community that, hey, if you say this product is good, go to this place, they're gonna listen. But then you taking supposedly taking people products, probably receive payment, and you don't follow through. You don't follow through. So that means he has no integrity. If he actually did this, that means he has no integrity at all. He has his moral he has no character at all. And you cannot be like, and then you're a social media influencer, you if you did this for this company, and then you know you show the results, say, hey, they went up 400%, they gained 10,000 more followers and stuff like that. So now you're going to get more business. You see, you didn't think about that because that's not his purpose. He didn't think about that. He could show the results, and then more businesses would have reached out to him and say, "Hey, I want you to promote my business. I want you to promote my shop, my boutique, my services." He would have got more, but that's not what he just doing it for doing it, because that all those followers gives him attention, because that's what it's like, that's what he's craving for. Maybe attention from his mother. That's probably why he supposedly attacked this older woman, because maybe he's really craving attention from his mother or his parents. But the young man is lost. He's lost. I don't know if he's lost in the sauce, lost as a boss. I don't know. I'm just trying to rhyme. But yeah, he is very, very much lost. Very much lost. So we're gonna see where this goes. But if he gets a slap on the wrist, if Jackson Mahomes gets a slap on the wrist, trust me, his behavior is gonna escalate. That's the word I'm trying to use. His behavior is gonna escalate, and it's not gonna be very well. Because if he was interested in the lady and whatever, he could have just, unless he don't even know nothing. No, he probably does. He even know how to talk to a woman and show interest? That's what I want to know. Because you just go up to her and say, "Oh, we could be a power couple," and then hold her back and stuff like that. Use your force, because a man is always going to be stronger than a woman, and then try to kiss her. So what if he did this in public? What has he done in private that has not made the news? That has not made the blog? That had not went viral? That's what I want to know. But anyway, so he bonded out. He's supposed to go back a whole bunch of stuff, right? A whole bunch of stuff undercover. Because sometimes what the person does in private is way more than what is out there in public. So anyway, he's supposed to go, well, probably his attorney gonna show up in court, because a lot of court proceedings are still on Zoom. So we'll see what becomes of this case, if they're gonna pursue it or not. But like I said, if they don't, they just enabling him to do to be worse, to be much worse than how he is. And then you see the wife of Patrick Mahomes already enabling him. Whatever, making excuses. No, when the person does something that they're not supposed to do, even if you love them, that's their family, you're supposed to hold them accountable. You call out the behavior. That doesn't mean that you don't love them. That doesn't mean that you don't support them. But you call out the behavior. No, what you did was wrong, man. What you did, well, how you getting stuff like that? How you allow for this to happen? And maybe he did because he didn't know there was a camera. There was a camera filming him. So, like I said, he may have done this before, and probably even worse. Anyway, that's all I had to say on this situation with Jackson Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes' little brother in getting arrested. He didn't do anything, yet, but he had did something prior that now they are charging him for. So anyway, thank you for everybody that tuned in, and thank you for everybody that's gonna watch later. And I'll see you in another live or video. I haven't been making a lot of videos. I have a lot of stuff going on. But thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you again. Bye.